All right, everyone, we are recording now, and I'm going to go ahead with our little disclaimer. Uh, I am an international wealth strategist, not a financial advisor. For financial advice on such things as stocks or taxes, I would refer you to your stock specialist for building those type portfolios or your tax specialist on dealing with your taxes. I deal with physical assets such as gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and real estate. Alrighty, so we got that out of the way. Uh, let's talk a little bit about sound money. Okay, first note, if you're talking to someone and they are wanting the basic membership, that's all they're wanting is a $149 membership. They cannot use sound money with the basic membership unless they are in the active status. That is one of the restrictions of the basic membership. That basically means that they have to be receiving the 7K Pro or a collectible coin each month to remain in the active status. Okay. So that question was put before me today was why can I not use Sound Money Wallet if I have an inactive or not in the active status with a basic policy, with a basic membership? Well, the simplest answer for that is 7K owns the company, and that's the rule they put forth. Okay, so it deals with legal and laws. Yeah, those I've went over several times, but you must be an active member of the club in order to receive it. Uh, the uh, the Sound Money wallet and be able to use it with the basic membership. Okay, now let's address Sound Money. The recent changes we've had to Sound Money are absolute game changers and revolutionary throughout the world. I am starting to hear ramifications and rumblings from all over the industry. People saying this can't be true, people saying it's impossible to do, people not believing that it could be done. But to them, I say this. Had they been members of 7K as long as I have, and had they sit in the audience and heard people like Josh Anderson and Zach Davis and Richard Hanson and Roger Ball make this statement over and over again, part of their mantra is they said it couldn't be done, but we did it anyway. These men will not take no for an answer. If there's a way it can be done, they will figure it out. They have made a lifetime commitment in every aspect of their business and all of their businesses of doing that. That is the thing that has made these men so successful. These four men, when it comes to their assets, it is not the M word, it's the B word. And they didn't get there by just giving up. So here's the thing that the rest of the world and the rest of this space of gold and silver cannot wrap their mind around simply because of the perspective they look at things. You've heard people say that the goggles or the glasses that you look through are the way that you will see the world around you. Well, for the last 8, 9 decades, this industry has been wrought with Ponzi schemes and con artists, and they look at this space, the space of gold and silver, through the glasses, through the goggles of what I can make off of the client. What is my profit margin? What can I gain by this? Well, 7K took those off. And they reached over and they grabbed another set and they put them on. And they started looking at it. What can we give to our members and how can we profit them? See, the whole focus has changed. And when you look at things through different lens, your focus changes, right? So here's where I want you to start taking notes. Sound money. There is no minimum and no maximum amount for your purchases. Bob Reed and I actually tested it, and I watched Bob Reed buy 45 cents worth of gold. I was asked today, can you buy $100,000 worth of silver? My friend, you could buy $2 or $3 million worth of silver if you want. There is no maximum either. So no minimum, no maximum. No other company in this space offers that ability. None. If you do, please bring it to my attention and I will publicly correct it. Right now, everybody I know has a minimum purchase. Even your wholesalers, people like JM Bullion, Goldco, Beverly Hills Gold, you can buy no less than one coin or 1 ounce or a half-ounce coin. You cannot buy fractions of that coin. You cannot buy it fractionally. So with that said, that one tool right there beats everybody else out of business, hands down, and changes the focus from what's being made for the company and redirecting that focus on what can be done for the member of the club. Here's the other thing. All private depositories charge a percentage for storage of precious metals. Private depositories sometimes between 9 and 13% annually. 7K had already kind of broke the mold and said that we're going to let you store up to $50,000 worth without any storage fees. And anything over $50,000, we're going to charge 0.0025 annually, 1/4%. That was unheard of. Everybody else was scrambling to try to figure out how they could lower theirs. And I actually seen some of them that actually got down to almost 3% annually. But 7K just upped the game again. Take this note down. No storage fees, period. None, nada. Whether you have the basic account or you have the legacy account, there is a zero storage fees for your gold and silver. That is game changer. No one else in this space is doing that. The next game changer with those others, it could be 30 to 90 days to liquidate your gold and silver and turn it back into cash or to have it sent to you. With 7K, depends on how fast you are on this. And we're going to go through some of it in a moment. You'll see how quick it can be done. It is instant liquidation. Now, I have talked to a few of our members to where it doesn't show up instantly in their bank account. That is not because of 7K. The transfer is done or is done instantly with 7K. The hold is on your bank side, and it'll vary from institution to institution. My bank, I've noticed that it depends on the time of day that I actually do the transfer. If I do it like 4:45 in the afternoon, it don't normally show up until the next morning around 9 o'clock. But if I do it in the morning, if I was to do it at 9 o'clock, it could be there within about 4 to 5 minutes. I'll see it hit my account. Now, the bank I use is called Regions Bank, but there's, you name it, there's hundreds and hundreds of banks out there and bank chains. I understand from talking to people that have credit union accounts that credit unions do it a lot faster than banks do. So again, it will depend on the institution as to how fast it shows up. But as far as 7K is concerned, when you hit that last button, the transfer is over with. It's no longer in your account with 7K. It's in the ACH process of being deposited into your bank. Okay. And we'll go through that. Next thing to take a note on. Sound Money has the highest buyback in the industry. Okay, what's meant by that? Okay. You buy above spot. Nobody buys at spot. Spot is a fictitious price. Spot is a ask price. If you look at it, it says gold ask and silver ask. It's called the spot because that's the spot at which they go to bartering and trading for gold and silver. No one gets it. The difference between the ask price and the purchase price is referred to as the spread. The next premium is the refining process, which is your second premium. And your third is the minting process. So before it gets into your hands as a coin or a bar, it has 3 premiums on gold and silver. So no one can ever buy it spot, except for banks or brokers. Now, why can they buy it spot? Here's how it works. Again, it's the Ponzi scheme that they are running and have been running on us for decades. Now, I was watching something the other day. This gentleman was speaking and he was talking about tokenized gold and silver. And he's from Switzerland. And the lady was interviewing him. And he said the problem with gold and silver is that you've never been able to liquidate it easily, and that you need to own gold, and that is the problem with owning physical gold and silver. He said you should never own physical gold and silver. Now, this was his perspective, but 3 or 4 sentences later, he's telling you with this tokenized, you are buying physical gold and silver. So he's talking out both sides of his mouth. He says you shouldn't own it, but then he tells you, well, with the tokens, you can buy it. And I'm thinking, well, make up your mind. Which one do you want us to do? Not buy the physical gold and silver, or to buy the physical gold and silver? But here's his spin on it. Let me see if I've got one sitting around here in my desk somewhere. Here. He held one of these up. Thumb drive. He said, our new method is tokenized. This is your token. It's a thumb drive. You download it, you keep it on this, and you can travel across country borders, across state lines with your gold and silver. And because you're not moving the physical gold and silver across those borders, you don't have to pay tariffs and import taxes. And yet you can liquidate it instantly by putting it into your computer, plugging this drive in, there, managing your account and downloading what you need out of that account into fiat currency or cash. And then he made a real bad mistake. He made this statement, and we buy it back at spot price. Boom. Big red flag. I mean, one the size of my house, red flag. Because are you going to be buying that at spot price? Don't think so. So basically, they're going to rip you off for anything above spot that your equity in that gold and silver has gained. All they're offering is the ability to bring it across borders without having to pay excise tax, tariffs, taxes, and those type things. Well, guess what? 7K has had that for a very long time from the very beginning. Do you know what it is? There. My account is on my cell phone. I can travel anywhere in the world with it, and I can download it. And they're going to buy it back, not at spot price, but as the highest buyback on the market. So which would you rather do? The newfangled token that the Swiss bank is talking about, or 7K metals? That is huge. That is huge. Watch for the Ponzi schemes. Look for the hooks. Make sure you know what glasses they're looking at their side of the industry through. Are they focusing on you? Or are they focusing on themselves and their profit margins? All right. Let's talk about something else that we have now with 7K. Now, everyone should have 7K metals account. Everyone. Matter of fact, one of our senators, Ryan Chamberlain, here in the beautiful state of Florida, is a 7K member. And that senator recommends every citizen of the state of Florida have precious metals and has 7K. Matter of fact, we believe in it so much in this wonderful state of Florida that April or May, I forget which one it is, of next year, they've already passed the law this year that we will be able to walk into our stores and pull out precious metals, gold and silver, this, and spend it in our stores. It will be legal tender in the state of Florida next year. That's pretty cool. Now, Florida is not alone. There's 38 other states working on that legislation right now. It's just a matter of getting it passed. And personally, I think that may be one of the final nails in the coffin of the fiat dollar because it will become absolutely obsolete. I mean, if you're going to pay me today, if you was going to buy something from me, if I had a choice of you paying me with this or this, I'm going to take this every single time because this has stood the test of time for over 6,000 years. This has been around for a little over 330 years and had a 100% failure rate every single time it's tried in every single country it's been tried in. So yes, I will definitely take the gold and silver over paper money. Now, give me just a moment here and I'm going to pull up something that is brand new with 7K. Let me do a screen share. All right. And can y'all let me know when y'all see my screen? Kathleen, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet?
This is Stephanie, not yet.
Okay.
Now we see it. Oh,
Okay.
now I see.
Yes, I see it too.
Okay. And by the way, this is the gentleman I was watching, I was telling you about. And as you can see the date, this is 12/9. This was just a couple of days ago. Jesse Day is actually the interviewer. He's interviewing these two gentlemen right here. And those are the ones that's saying that we will see triple digits next year on silver. Now, let's go to 7K. Now, if you'll notice on 7K, we now have two buttons here below your name on the top left corner. Have y'all noticed that you have a second button there? You have your normal link, which is yours. That's the one that you're going to be sharing with people that has your sponsorship in it if people want to join and become a member of 7K Metals. Okay. So the first button is 7K Metals. You find it there. And you also find it during the sign-up procedure if you're going to be sponsoring someone when you go to Business Hub. Don't you love telemarketers? And then we'll go to voicemail. I apologize. Okay. Now, you have your other one here in Business Hub where you hit prepare new enrollment right here. You will put in their name, the country, their first and last name, their email address. You will click Get Started. On the next page, it will ask you whether they're wanting the basic or the legacy, and you will then tell it to send the email. And when they receive the email, it will have your link and you as the sponsor, which is basically going to be this link right here. As you can see on this one, it would be www.7kmetals.com/Kim Wiley. That would be the link that they are receiving. That establishes you as their sponsor. Now, another way you can do it is you can just copy this and paste it in an email and send it directly to them. It does the same thing. Okay. Now, we've got an additional one here now. This one is new. This is www.fractionalgold.com, Kim Wiley. What is that one about? Okay, so here's what that one's about. How many times have y'all been talking to somebody and they say, I just want to buy gold and silver. I don't want to be a part of the club. I ain't worried about all them benefits. I just want to buy gold and silver. Or how many times have you run across people and said, well, that's a multi-level marketing. That is a pyramid. Just because you can earn income, they think that's what it is. And you're not going to convince them any different. Right? Well, here's what 7K did. They said, these people really need gold and silver. And if their own prejudice is going to keep them from having it, let's remove that stumbling block. Let's get that out of the way so that they can actually own some gold and silver. But how can we do it that will benefit the members? Again, we're looking at it through the glasses of how can we benefit our members, right? Not what's it about for the company. So how can we do that to benefit the members? Well, see, Sound Money is a separate institution. It's owned by 7K Metals and the founders of 7K Metals, but it's a different LLC. It's a different company. Okay. Now we have access to it. We can use it because we're members. But can people that are not members have access to 7K Metals Sound Money? Absolutely. If you go right now on the web and research depositories or ways to store precious metals, Sound Money will be out there. You can find it. And you can actually establish a Sound Money account. That account will cost you $299. Now, all you can do is store your metals there and liquidate it instantly. You have the ability to buy with no minimum, no maximum, no storage fees, and instant liquidation. That is it. You can earn no income other than your capital gains. You can do nothing with it other than just store gold and silver in a safe place other than your home. And to some people, they think they know it all about gold and silver, and some may know enough that are educated, been doing it for years, to know what they want. This is a great tool for those people. But if you were the person that told them about this, don't you think that you should be rewarded in some way or some fashion for telling them about it? Absolutely. Not only can you be rewarded, so can they. Simply because you told them. So jot this down so you have the numbers. Remember, if they go out there and they find it on their own, it's going to cost them $299. But if they allow you to refer them, they can save $100. They can get it for $199. So right off the bat, they save $100. Now, the other way that 7K Metals is going to reward you is twofold. First is when you sponsor them, when you send them this link right here, it's going to tell them about Sound Money. It's going to tell them the things that we went through. There's going to be a page, and it's going to tell them that there's no minimum, there's no maximum, there's no storage fees. It has instant liquidation, and that you can buy it fractionally. And it's going to blow their mind because there's nowhere in the world they can do that other than Sound Money. That's it. We are the only one of our kind in the world, not another one out there. And if they know anything about gold and silver, and they've been doing it for years, they're going to want to do it. But what 7K does for you is they give them $100 off, and they give you $15 worth of cash, not points, cash, directly into your 7K cash account right there. Then on the next level, you get 1% of everything that they put into Sound Money. It's not taken from them, but it's rewarded to you at 1%. In other words, if I was to join and you were to sponsor me, excuse me, and I put $500,000 in my Sound Money, you would get $5,000 in your Sound Money in whatever form that I put in there. So if I put 500,000 in gold, you would get 5,000 in gold. If I got 500,000 in silver, you will get 5,000 in silver. So they will do a 1% match for whatever I put in to you just because you sponsor me. And that happens every single time they place gold or silver in their wallet. So that's pretty cool. Rather than now, which would I rather have them do? I would rather have them be members, because as a member, they're going to get all of these benefits here. They're going to get the 7K Advantage. That's a tool that lets the average person save over $1,000 a year on stuff they normally buy, with over 800,000 items and services, to where you get discounts directly at the cash register. You have access to Stack and Sell. That makes you a worldwide coin dealer on collectible numismatic coins in 73 countries. Can you imagine how many clients you have compared to your local coin shop in your town? You have e-commerce sales to where you can sell directly to the public and get paid commission. Just send them that link right there. Tell them to hit the button that says shop now, and any collectible they want, or any jewelry that's in that product line, or anything that's in the product line, you get paid commission. We have gold-backed IRA and 401k rollovers. Penalty-free, tax-free to roll over with our specialists there with that. We have free access to Sound Money. It doesn't cost us a penny. We have 7K Select. That is a group of select collectible coins that nobody in the world has access to except for 7K members. We have a healthcare plan that can save you from 60 to 80% over your current policy, and it is a PPO. So you name your doctor. We have the coin drop, which is a fun game to where you can compete to win or to get collectible coins that has instant equity in them. We have the Auto Saver program so that you can put that numismatic collectible coin and discipline yourself to get one every single month. You receive loyalty points. Loyalty points can get you free gold and silver. And you can earn supplemental income starting at $250 to $500 a week simply by referring two people, one person on your left, one person on your right, and you're qualified to start earning income. So you can see why it's advantageous for a person to actually be a member of 7K versus just having the Sound Money wallet. Now, let's talk about some of those things. Loyalty points. Remember, in our world, because we set up and we're established here in the United States, 1 point equals $1, right? So let's just take a glance at this account that I happen to be in. And by the way, we have 4 accounts in our household. That is not illegal for us. Multi-level marketing, that is against the law. You can only have 1 account per household. But I have one in my name, one in my wife's name, one in her business or LLC name, and one in my LLC or business name. So we can actually generate 4 streams of revenue coming into our home. That, excuse me, that makes us unique. During the sign-up process, you will see the very first page says individual or business. It's not asking you if you're going to do it as a business. It's asking if you want to sign up your business or your LLC so that you can have multiple accounts. Right now, let's go to loyalty offers. Remember, you get those loyalty points that we're looking at. There is 5,337 points in this account right here, this one. And as you scroll down, you can see all these coins and see the points, right? And when you get down to the ones that you can't purchase, they will be grayed out. But as you can see, it keeps going. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can't get. Everything else here I can get. And all I have to do is hit that button that says I want one, and instantly it comes into your account. It is processed and sent to your home, and you have it in your possession. That is free gold and silver, my friend.
Question.
Beautiful, high collectible coins.
You don't lose your loyalty points. Is that correct?
You do not lose them. The only way that you can lose them is if you go inactive. Remember, if you ever make the mistake of going inactive, you lose all points everywhere.
Thank
And
you.
that's because it's illegal to pay you if you're not in the active status of a club. It's not because they want to remove them, it's because they must remove them.
I didn't pay attention, but one time I went inactive because I didn't know that I didn't update my card.
Right.
Do
That
they
can
give
happen.
you a few days? Do they give you a few days
They
after
give
it
you
says
5 days. You've got
5 days?
5
Okay.
days. Yeah. And normally you get an email from them. And if you have people in your downline, you can actually see in your business hub. And I try to call as many people as I can, especially if I see that they still have a coin chosen. But I've got right now in my downline, I have over 1,700 people. So it's hard.
Wow.
It's really hard to watch. But I do the best I can. I do the best I can. Plus, I'm watching Toto's also. So watch his and mine. Right now. So we went through that portion of it. Now, the new Sound Money referral program. Here's your bullet points on that. It has no club benefits. Bullet point number 2, the only way that you earn through that is your capital gains. That's it. Okay. You do have no storage fees. That is a plus. You can buy it fractionally, no minimum, no maximum. And just like a member, you have instant liquidation. And just like a member, you have the highest buyback on the market. Now, on the new Sound Money, the next bullet point is you have member referral benefits. So you can make $15 in instant cash paid into your 7K cash, and you get 1% of the amount that the new client purchases and places in their wallet every single time they make a purchase. And that can add up over time. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this 51 minutes. So I'm going to stop the recording now. And then we will have a little question and answer session. Okay, give me just a moment to get it stopped. And I will be uploading this one too.